Uh, Something as simple as when you see people doing something wrong, you don't have to give us your name. Tell us about it. Because if you don't want to let a small group of people tear down your school or tear down your city, so getting involved, I think, is critical for young people.
Are you a family man? In your eyes, what comes first, your job or your family?
Well, you better not ask my wife that. I am a family man. I have a wonderful wife who is a retired police officer, not from here, but from another state. So she understands the commitment it takes to be a chief of police in a big city. I have a son that's in college and working full-time, that lives in another city. So he understands that I can't, well, he came up. I was an assistant chief for 15 years in another police department, and I could not be there for every event that I wanted to be there because of the demands that being an assistant chief or chief has. But we preach to our officers, and I preach to myself at times. You can't forget your family. Your family is extremely important. I have to worry about my family, although I probably put in more hours at work than I do with my family because of the nature of this job and the commitment that it takes. But you can't forget your family. The family, when I retire, the family's going to be there. And I got to take care of them prior to that.
Since several Newport News police officers have been arrested in recent months, how do you think the community feels about the police officers breaking laws they're supposed to enforce?
Well, the community feels the same way that I do. They don't like it. And I'm not going to put up with it. You know, we have a code of ethics. We have standards. We strive for excellence. And police officers are like any other person. They can make mistakes, and some do. We deal with it, and we move on. In the cases of the arrests that occurred months ago, we're dealing with those. Many of them have already been dealt with. But we're not going to allow something like that to pull us down. Now, how do we get through it? We build trust in the community every day. And that trust creates communications. And being upfront, communicating what the issues are, what you're going to do about them, staying the course is how we will get through that. But we have to have the community behind us. Does it tarnish the badge? Yes. Does it affect us? Yes. But we're not going to let it stop us. We will move forward. A few people are not going to destroy all the 600 plus good people that are in the organization, and we have an outstanding organization.
Chief, you're pretty tall. I'd like to ask if you play basketball in your spare time.
Not in my spare time here now, because I don't have any spare time, but years ago I played basketball. I'm not sure that I was ever good in it. Today I would probably not be any good in it because I'm getting old and my knees are not what they used to. But I like to stay active. We have a soccer team in the police department, and I really wished I could run up and down the field and kick with them, but I probably wouldn't be able to walk the day after, so I kind of stay away from it. I let my young guys do the athletic things today. But I like basketball. I like all sports.
Hey, Chief, how were your rookie years as a cop?
My rookie years, well, I have to think back 40 years to think about that. I had brown hair then. I was probably a little bit thinner. My rookie years began in two places. One was at Virginia Commonwealth University. I was a police officer there for about 3 years prior to going with Henrico County. I actually was a rookie, became a sergeant before I left, and went to Henrico and became a rookie again. And it was great going from being a supervisor to a rookie. You learned all the mistakes you made as a supervisor. But policing was much different years ago. Henrico was a fast-growing county, had a lot of rural area, not as busy as a city like this. I'd already had my education. I went with a bachelor's degree. I continued, got my master's degree. But as I teach the young officers today, and we're graduating a recruit school this week, take every opportunity you have to learn. care about yourself, keep up with what's going on. Read a lot. Just don't focus on your profession, reach out. And I had good mentors, and I challenge you young men, grab someone that you respect that's going to help you get where you want to go. And I try to do that today, mentor our young officers, mentor our senior officers, to help them get where they want to go in their careers. So I had great mentors, I had good field training officers, and my rookie years were fun.
So what dangerous situations have you experienced in your line of duty?
Well, I've been shot at 3 times, not hit. I've never shot anyone. I was on a TAC team many years ago. That's always dangerous, but you know, police work in general is dangerous. Every time you go on a domestic call, it's dangerous. In today's world, I really worry about our young men and women and our senior people on the street. There are an awful lot of guns on the street. Today, guns are everywhere. When I was a young cop, yep, there were guns, but not like they are today. There would be a stabbing every once in a while. But the world's changed, and I think the way people think and violence is much different today than years ago. But I was well trained. We train our people very well, and you prepare yourself to deal with what we call officer survival, going into situations and surviving whatever you're faced with. And if you go to one of our briefings, you'll probably hear the sergeant say when they head out, "Be careful tonight. I want everybody going home tonight."
All right. Do you ever go out into the streets, into the community?
Well, actually about every 5th or 6th, 7th week, I go out and work a shift. I work a Friday night and a Saturday night from 6 to 2 in the morning. I'm out to community meetings just about every night of the week, so a lot of nights I'll go a little, if I hear a hot call, or I might just patrol some hot areas just to see what's going on prior to going home. So maybe during the daytime I'm dealing with the administrative issues of the agency and leading to move it forward. But in the evenings and sometimes on weekends, I'm out on the street. I'm still a cop. I carry the same equipment that officer. I drive a police car. So just yesterday, Assistant Chief and I were out on looking at a location for another precinct. We heard a foot pursuit, and we ended up getting in the foot pursuit. I didn't have to jump out and run, which was good, but